Welcome to Under the Sun podcast. I'm Ilea.
And I'm Irene. Grab a cup of coffee and your comfiest sweats and join us every Monday as two best friends discuss everything from raising free-range gremlins to business and really everything under the sun.
Let's get started and thanks for being here. Today is fun.
Today is fun for me. I could talk accidentally for 2 hours, so I tried to narrow it down. But this is going to be how to help your hair grow or how to keep your hair long, whatever. But the main portion, I think there's so many different splits I could do, which I will do on my YouTube one day if I ever actually post anything. Whoopsie.
That's my goal in 2024 is to get Irene back on her YouTube channel.
Yes.
And pursuing things that spark joy if I added Marie Kondo verbiage to it.
Right. Well, harassing Ilea to do a scalp treatment, to let me rub her scalp is something that sparks joy in me.
Yes.
But
my scalp sparks joy for her.
Listen, listen, she's not wrong. But also, we're trying to figure out a way to get the husbands to watch the kids, which my husband watches the kids most of the time while I'm trying to run this business. So Dave might have to watch all 3 kids. And we swap where she doesn't bully me into it, but she basically edits all of my hair videos. And then I do weekly blowouts on her because she only washes her hair once a week anyways.
Yeah.
And if that. And if I just did it, then I could be sure that her hair is clean because I'm not invested in her hair, that I need to make sure it's washed to my level of satisfaction.
You have to understand how many hair colors she has put on my head.
I'm going to make a reel.
Literally everything on this spectrum my hair has been. And no one else except for one person cut my bangs once and ruined it.
Yeah. I told her not to.
No one else.
When I said no, she went to someone else.
Well, I didn't. I wanted bangs. And we both worked at the salon at that point. And it was someone within the salon and they did a bad job.
I knew she wasn't going to want bangs.
You were right. I was wrong. Whatever. We don't need to talk about it. But we have been through the ringer of hair stuff. And you have been on this saga of growing my hair out. My hair is
harassing her to stimulate her scalp. To which you always respond with, don't say stimulate about my scalp.
I don't like it.
But where was I? I was going to say, what popped into my head earlier was, that song? Can't think of the song. It's like a skatery song.
I don't know that song.
Right. It goes, da na 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 na. Let's go. Is it 303?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'll find it one day and then probably will not find it and not make a reel. As I usually say, I'm going to do things and forget.
Write it down.
But I thought
you're going to make a na.
I should just do it with my mouth. All the people do when they're like, that song that goes.
No. Yeah.
But it'll actually just be my mouth.
That's the reel I made on my photography one that went viral.
Yeah.
I don't know what's considered viral anymore.
I don't know.
I feel like we accidentally go viral all the time. People just get so.
Right. But anyways, the hair reel, it's like where every beat is a different color of your hair.
Oh.
Over the years, that would be fun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's a color we have not gone.
Black, but I will never let you.
I think I've had really dark chunks.
That out.
I don't think we've gone completely black.
I wouldn't do that to myself.
But we've had pretty dark. Yeah. Anyways.
It's been fun.
Yeah. So in other words, you've damaged my hair a whole lot.
Yes. So now I need to keep it healthy. I've also damaged my own hair a lot.
I feel like you're a better representation because you actually take care of your hair.
Bleach at home where I shouldn't. Do as I say, not as I do.
But you're a hairstylist. You can bleach at home. You're not using Revlon.
That's true. Please don't use Revlon. Tip number 1, don't dye your hair at home.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Something we need to be conscious of. Just like how when we recommend products, we're like, hey, $100 sweater, we talked about in the last episode.
That's true.
Sometimes people can't swing it.
Yeah. That's true.
What do you have?
And I have clients who, honestly, I need to research what chemical compounds I'd be comfortable sending someone to if they couldn't afford it. But I do have clients that have very rapid hair growth, and within 3 weeks they have roots. So I have one lady, she finally let herself go gray over COVID, which is fine, except she was one of those 5-week root touch-ups that are your bill payers, as they call them. But she would do every, I think, 2.5, 3 weeks, she had to color her roots because she was solid white and she kept pretty dark like mine. So she would do hers 2 or 3 times, and then she would come in when she needed a haircut, and I would do the full shebang. And then she'd go home and she'd do it a few times. But when you're coming in that often, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
But I will say do you want me to go more how to grow it or how to keep it from breaking? Because they're two kind of separate
What do you want?
things.
We have about
Not that long.
not that long. So
Also,
I
your
would not.
husband is making us dinner, and we need to go eat that dinner.
Yes. What?
I would say let's go how to grow the hair.
Okay, and then we can do another episode.
We can do another episode, or
Yeah.
you can follow my YouTube that I will only post on if Ilea bullies me on how to keep your hair healthy.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna trade services
Works for me.
because I don't. Yeah, and yeah. Okay.
So
Also, isn't blue her color? Doesn't that look so nice?
Thanks.
You can keep that shirt. I paid
Yeah.
$1 for it at Walmart. If you want it.
I'm not gonna keep your shirt.
Blue
Cape
makes
your
me
shirt.
look dead.
Does it really?
I look like
if you're actually not gonna wear it, but if you're gonna wear
I feel
it
like
and you're just being
sucks
nice,
the life out of my face. It's literally
it
hung in my
doesn't suck
closet.
the life out of mine. I get scared to wear blue.
I feel like it looks really nice.
Oh,
Let me just
thanks.
take a picture real quick.
I should make it serious.
Yeah. It almost makes your eyes look blue. Why are we doing this on the podcast is the question.
Just for fun. Oh, thanks. Okay, that does look good.
I feel like it makes your look really bright.
Hey, thanks. Okay,
You
then
know?
I'll keep it. I like dollar shirts.
Anyways.
Pro tip. As we were prepping for this cruise, Ilea found a bunch of clothes for us and our children for $1.
Like,
Because we also cruise in the off season because it's cheaper and kids are in school and my kids are homeschooled, so it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But then now we have all this cool summer clothes that you paid $1 for.
yeah. It was like super cute clothes at Walmart too.
Yeah.
So our girls have like matching outfits
It's
and
gonna
stuff.
be so fun.
But like, also I wonder how sick of people are hearing about our stupid cruise.
Probably.
Because we've been so excited for so long. People are like, when did this cruise actually happen? You don't know.
Also, we have not had a vacation we've traveled a lot.
Yeah.
We just went to Wyoming. I know, but that's a work
That's
trip
not
and
a
that's different.
Yeah.
We have not vacationed since 2015. When were you married?
I was 2016.
So 2017.
No.
Irma was the last vacation we took
Oh yeah.
because
Huh.
we were chasing Irma.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. Back to hair.
But technically that was a group trip that
Yes.
that was not a vacation for me because literally we called it our Irma-versary because there was such a bad hurricane
Yeah.
that hit Florida. And basically they were supposed to come to my in-laws condo and stay with us there. But because Irma had hit so bad, we
Mhm.
couldn't stay at the condo. So we had to drive somewhere else. And then like my grandma had just passed away. Do you
Was
remember
that same year?
Yeah, it was the same year.
Okay.
It was like 3 months later.
Yeah.
And well, no, she died in August. I think we vacationed in September.
Wow. Okay.
And I remember just like I was not okay
Yeah.
with that trip. I was like,
Yeah. So it wasn't an enjoyable like.
no, it was all
pleasant memory
Well,
trip.
it was like okay, like I want to go and like lay on the beach and just cry and like and just like
yeah.
grieve. And then like we never had that because literally we're trying to find gas and it was like a freaking apocalyptic movie where
Yeah.
people were trying to. Anyways,
That was the trip that
a random tangent.
my favorite memory of that trip is Ilea scaring a stranger.
I sometimes think about that at night.
And now you have to tell the story, and then we'll get to hair.
Oh, so like I don't even remember. Like we were at the top floor of this this Airbnb condo that we weren't supposed to be staying at that didn't have toilet paper. Do you remember? It only had one roll of toilet paper for 6 people.
Yeah.
And then we had to go out and buy toilet paper.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what Airbnb is for. You're supposed to pay for it.
Yeah.
Anyways, there was stairs and an elevator, and half of our crew took the elevator and others took the stairs. And what I thought I heard the elevator ding was our people. It was not our people. And so I jumped out from behind
like a bush.
The concrete building, like whatever.
Yeah.
And so it was like ding, and then I was like, rah! It was not them. Oh, I can see his face. I want to find him and say I'm sorry because I just remember like, wah! Oh,
Your face is probably like terrified.
well, what if he sees one of our reels and he's like, I don't know why when I watch this girl I have fear.
That's right.
Oh, that haunts me, guys. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. That poor guy. But like, what's funny is, wasn't he with a girl and she didn't jump? Like he was like, Oh,
Oh man. In his defense, Jacob is the jumpy one in my family.
Yeah. His
But he
adrenals are
also
probably shot.
has a heart condition, so it's fine.
I don't think we've talked about that.
Oh yeah. We'll talk about that one day. But
Yeah.
for now, my kids are in the jump scare phase of toddlerhood.
Oh.
So I'll be taking a nap. And they'll run in the room. And I told them, don't scare dad, guys. Don't scare daddy. And then they'll run in the room when I'm not looking and go, rah, when he's asleep and like slam on the bed every time. His poor chest. So we're working on them not scaring. But then they'll try to jump scare me and I just look at them. I'm like, sorry, kids. You can't get mom. But anyways, I'm crying. Literally crying.
All right.
Rein it in.
Rein it in.
Scalp health. If scalp health.
Queens of segues.
Right.
That's a shirt.
Yes. I'm going to add it to the list because I will forget.
Segue.
Okay. I won't forget now. Scalp health. Her hair has a hard time growing. So the reason the bangs thing was so traumatic is I knew her bangs weren't going to grow out and she wasn't going to like them. Her bangs got cut really kind of, was it straight across or was it just really high? I don't remember. It was so long ago.
I feel like it was both, but I wanted like chunky, like at the time it was very like Zoe Deschanel, like vibes.
Yep.
It was not that. It was very like.
They were too thick. They started too far back, but her hair grows very slowly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things with that. I am a Mexican, so my hair just grows at a speedy rate.
Lucky duck.
I'm also a lot greasier. She
Lucky
is
duck.
very Caucasian and very dry.
How dare you? I am triggered. How dare you even mention
Right.
that? I'm just kidding.
But I think part of that too is she doesn't really brush her scalp a lot. She says like you don't really get enjoyment out of brushing your hair. Like after a long day, when I go home and like brush my scalp, that's like how I can kind of chill. But if you're never brushing your hair, you're not getting blood flow to your follicles, and those follicles need stimulation.
How many times are you going to say
A lot, probably
we
a
need
lot.
stimulation button. No, we don't. No, we don't. I didn't want me to say that.
Probably a lot in this one though.
Yeah.
So one of the things is if you're having a hard time growing your hair, brush your scalp every night. So in the olden days when they're like, brush your hair 100 times, that wasn't for the health of your ends. What that was it brought blood flow to the scalp. It also took some of the oils that are up here and pretty compacted at your root, and it pulls those oils down the strand. So it kind of just hydrates the outside. Your hair health comes from the inside out. So on that note, like the hair oils did good to coat the hair, but if the inside of your hair is not healthy, coating it with oil is not really going to do anything if it's shriveling away on the inside. That's my biggest issue with coconut oil is everyone's like, put coconut oil on your hair. Coconut oil, the molecules on like a microscopic level of coconut oil are too big to penetrate the hair. So coconut oil will seal your ends. And that's great if it's winter time and you need like your protection from the elements, and dry if you're in the desert, you need to keep the moisture in your hair from it sucking out into the air. But if you put coconut oil on your hair, but the inside is already dehydrated, that's not hydrating your hair. You're just dehydrating from the inside out with this weird cast on it. So that was my biggest thing. Olive oil will get into your hair, but then you can't style it. So you have to find the right oils for what your lifestyle is.
How do you feel about jojoba oil?
Love it.
Okay.
Love it. That's a
love
good
it too.
one. I don't know. I need to check though, because some oils, if you do that and you do put heat to it, it'll work like Crisco and that'll zap your hair. And even on a pro side, like Moroccan oil, not a fan of it, because Moroccan oil is one of like the popular brands, or it was super popular when I was in college, I think. But Moroccan oil, unless they've changed it in the last decade, will Crisco your hair because it's not meant for heat. So when you put heat on that oil, it fries it.
Well, isn't the
almost
idea
instantly.
with oil is that you like get out of the shower, you blow dry your hair, do all the things, and it's the last step? Like even after, isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
But
Oil
are you like
seals.
the next day though? Like would it still Crisco it?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Because there's an argument too with my biggest thing I harass people with is heat protectors, which I know it's a fine line between flame retardants on your thyroid or healthy hair. That's why my Instagram says 60% crunchy, 40% hair product. And then the rest of me is crunchy. But if you put a heat protector on your hair when it's wet and then you blow dry it, your hair is now not protected. So if you put it on, blow dry your hair, and then go curl it, you're not protected from the curl. So you really need to either layer your heat protectants in. So put it in. If you put heat, it's gone. Put it in again if you're going to curl it. The same thing with the next day. If you use it and curl it and you re-curl it tomorrow, just because you put it in the day before. It's like once you put heat to it, the heat uses up its life, and then it's not protected again. Or air dry your hair, put in your heat protectants and let it air dry. Then you can put heat to it later is another way to go about it. But a lot
like
of it
single
comes
use
from,
is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Keep it healthy from the inside out is going to be the main thing. So brush your scalp, make sure you're getting a lot of blood flow. They have these really cool scalp brushes, which I actually think I'm going to get as an add-on to a service. It's like
the spiky ones.
It's like that spiky one that kind of looks like it could fit in your palm, and you just rub it on the scalp. That's a great way to get blood flow up there. There's also a brand I like, which one of these days I want to reach out for an affiliate something called Sky Organics. I need to check more of their like facets of what they do, but their products are organic and they sell them at Walmart, which
I have some of their stuff.
Love their stuff.
I have their jojoba oil.
Yeah. Okay. So they have on their website like little recipes you can do. They have a really good scalp treatment. It uses their jojoba oil, castor oil, which theirs is in a plastic bottle, but still organic. So do the best you can. Sometimes I don't like to order. I like to just go to Walmart. But it's jojoba, castor, and peppermint oil. And I don't remember the ratio, but it's on their website. You can do that as a scalp treatment. And the peppermint will bring a lot of blood flow and kind of open up those things that need open to get your blood into your follicles. The jojoba is great for your scalp. And castor oil makes your hair grow. So
what's great about jojoba oil, what I like is that like if I put it but then again, I'm really dry. So maybe if you have greasy hair, don't do this. But I put it like directly on my scalp and then we'll like massage it and then like bring it down. Like I'll like squirt more and then put it down at the end. And then by the morning, like my hair looks less crispy than it did, but yet also it's not hella greasy. So
mine is, I think I've trained it well enough to not be overly greasy, but jojoba is usually good if you have grease.
Do you know
Stop washing your hair every day. That is the main thing. And you're going to be real greasy for like 2 weeks. And after that, so your hair kind of works like this. If you are washing it every day and your scalp receptors are like, oh, we're dry, produce more oil. Well, at the end of the day, you think, oh, my hair's greasy, I need to wash it. So you wash it, dries it out. Your scalp receptors say, pump more oil out. But
it's a vicious cycle.
It's a cycle. And if you give it the few weeks of just kind of grossness, eventually the scalp receptors are like, hey.
Do it in the winter where you can wear a hat.
Yeah. Then it's like, hey, we don't need as much oil. We can kind of pull back on production. So I wash mine about twice a week. I used to be a lot better at it prior to kids, but weekly deep conditioning treatments. So I would wash my hair 2 or 3 times a week, but always on Saturdays, I would do a deep condition. And the ones that are like, leave in 5 to 10 minutes, I would leave them in 30 minutes or overnight and just sleep with the cap on my head. That helps a lot to keep just everything soft.
Well, you've always had gorgeous hair, so.
Hey, thanks. But I've also melted it to like breaking off at my cheek point before. So nursing it back to that is super important to me. So I like to keep my spontaneity and highlighting random pieces, but I want those pieces to stay long. And my goal is to get it to like belly button length. So that's what I'm working towards. But another one is you can be doing all the good things externally, but if you are deficient in minerals, nutrients, your hair's just not going to grow. On the flip side, you can have nutrients, minerals, but if you're not getting blood flow to those follicles, so you have to like balance everything out.
That's me. I eat well, but I never stimulate my scalp. It's me.
So there's no reason your hair shouldn't grow.
No, but there actually. So like my hair had a hard time growing. I would say it is not that way that much anymore. Like it's been the last couple of years has been a lot better. Yeah. I think that was doing all the liver work and the anti-parasitic stuff because honestly, like I think I was malnourished for a lot of my life. I've just kind of always been like, I was skinny fat, honestly. Like I was skinny, but like I ate all the time because like no matter what I ate, I just felt like I had to. Yeah. Like I was ravenous, like within an hour. But it was because like I think I was overrun with parasites and that they were eating my food and I wasn't. Yeah. And so like when I actually got rid of the parasites, I actually put on some weight. But I'm like a healthy weight. Yeah. You know? I'm not like, sorry, but like, you know, those jeans you have in your cabinet your closet that's like, oh, you know, I wore these in high school and they were so great. It's because you looked like a boy. Like it's because you had a little boy's body. You were not a woman.
Womanly yet.
And like we've talked about this in another podcast that like women have their internal organs inside their body. Men have it on the outside. Like that's where their bulge is. Yours is like right here. Like it's okay to not be flat. Like You're actually not meant to be flat. And it's okay to have hips, like, because you've had a baby. Like,
Yeah.
Dave has said, even like recently, he's been like, I like your body. Your body was great then.
Yeah.
He's like, I found you attractive in every season.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, but I love, like, you're just natural woman body.
Yeah.
Now.
Well, it's like there's something primal now.
Yeah.
Like you are the bearer of his seed. And
He
that
has
to
said
men
that
is
so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can't discredit that. Like, it's one thing, like don't, like, completely give up. You know, like, you know, let yourself go. Like, don't eat ho-hos every day.
You're on a farm. You're out there in the morning. You're working. You're sweating. You're not just
literally this morning I was out in my robe. I was just in my robe and my rain boots.
Yeah.
Setting up a new section of the chicken coop because we had chicks hatch.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm like, oh crap, I have to do this. And so, like, Leo was asleep. So, like, now's my time. So I took my coffee out there in my robe and, like, was just doing it.
Yeah.
And
so you're getting physical labor. You're not just on your couch all day.
No. I mean, some days I am because I'm editing and I just sit there. But, like, it's about balance.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we got on this topic.
But
every time she does my hair, I 100% get laid. You're welcome.
Oh,
but I mean, I get laid either way, but like, it's just extra good.
You're welcome. I can always, I think I've said it on the podcast before, but I can always tell when someone leaves. It's like, you're welcome. I should get an extra tip for that, but it's fine.
You. No. Sorry.
Yeah.
If you go to my Instagram, Ilea Colgan, and you scroll down a couple years ago, or in September of 2019, there'll be a photo of me in jeans and my hair is freshly done. It's kind of like a coppery. Irene did my hair that night. That's the night we conceived Leo.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
Yep.
For that information.
You know, if you feel confident, you're gonna just carry yourself differently, and that translates to the men and their eyeballs.
Yep.
There is something too about your hair. I say this delicately because I know there's like seasons where people just will have no hair for various reasons, but your hair is typically something you can change your sweater. If you wake up this day and you're like, oh, this sweater looks bad on me, you can change it. But your hair is something you have every day. Mm-hmm. Whether you have hair, whether you have no hair, and that's your style, like that is something that you carry with you every day. So I love to help people feel like what they're stuck with. I don't say that negatively, but like what you're stuck with, what you're born with, or what you want to pay to add on makes you feel as confident as it can. Because you do just carry yourself differently when your hair's done. Yeah. But also gets you laid better, apparently.
Holla.
But collagen's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Your hair is made of proteins. So if you're not getting proteins, the correct amino acids, biotin's a big one. Biotin will also make your armpit hair grow real fast, but make sure you're getting a good quality biotin. The one I like, I say this prior to them getting bought out. I haven't actually paid attention. Hopefully you'd like to think when a company gets bought out by a bigger company, they're not going to change anything. So I honestly don't know, but I still send people to it because until I realize it stops working, whatever. But Pure Encapsulations makes a biotin. It's like teeny, teeny, tiny. So if you have a hard time with pills, it's teeny tiny, and that makes me happy because it's not filled with cornstarch to make you feel like, look at this bulky supplement. It's got to be doing so many things. Like, you don't need all the extra. It's just biotin. It's tiny. You can take it every day. It's just one of your B vitamins that your body naturally makes. But the more B vitamin you have, your hair is really like a representation of what you have in excess. So if you have excess biotin, it's going to come out where it comes out. And that's for me, armpit hair and my head hair, which is super fun. But it's fine. That's what wax is for.
Mm-hmm. Thank goodness you own a salon.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And water. If you're dehydrated, that will translate to your hair for sure.
And like what you eat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just eat McDonald's
and
ho-hos every day and expect to have glorious health. But sometimes, man,
it just depends. I think it's just whatever. I think
people who do that, their hair will be glorious up until a certain point in their age, and then their hair completely falls out because their body it's like, nope, we've this is all an expenditure of what excess we did have.
Fat. If you eat a low fat diet, your hair's not going to grow as well as someone who eats a high fat diet.
But high fat's good anyways. It's good for your brain.
Yes.
Not going to lie. One of Leo's first foods was a hunk of butter.
Yeah. my kids, everyone's like, your kids eat avocados? My kids have been eating. That was I think, both of my kids' first food. And they still to this day will just like, I'll slice one up and they'll eat it. So those are, I guess, if I had to recap, deep conditioning treatments, make sure you're actually brushing your scalp, make sure you're drinking water, and make sure you're taking enough supplements because we are naturally all deficient anyways. But the top supplements would be, they have hair, skin, and nail supplements. Just make sure you have a trusted brand, which I can try to find some and link.
Someone asked for us to do an episode on how do you know which brand is trustworthy.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. We don't know. Well,
we know,
but then they get bought out and then we have to look for a new one.
Seriously, honestly.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you see it in a box store, like if you see it at Walmart, Walgreens, Costco, it's probably not that good.
Yeah.
And you probably need to go somewhere else.
We get ours from a local pharmacy. I'm sure, like, if you look around in your town, if you're in a big enough city, which we're in a medium grade city, it's not the biggest, not the smallest. We have 2 separate compounding pharmacies that are more holistic, sort of minded. They usually have products we trust. But a hair, skin, and nail supplement will have everything that your body, usually it has excess of what your body needs to crank the excess out your hair.
Do you want to share that natural shampoo you've been trying? Or you don't have to say it if you're not confident in it yet.
I'm only not confident in its name, but let me see if I can.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, that's okay. Let me just Google it really quick. So I know I don't have internet down here.
I don't have internet either, which is weird because I had
internet signal. Yeah,
because Taylor called us earlier.
Weird. Okay, well, I don't have internet. I will do.
Will you link it?
An Instagram post, and I will link it. But I am very. Let me start that over. I'm very picky with my hair products. It has to work. So on a pro side,
it's like your whole brand.
It's my whole career.
Yeah.
It has to work. So if you want to keep your hair healthy, an Olaplex treatment is really good. If you find a salon where you have a stylist that's actually certified in it, Olaplex will rebuild broken hair bonds before it splits. Once your hair is a split end, if you see something that's like split end mender, like that literally doesn't exist. Once it's split in 2, it just has to be cut off. If the hair is just catching though, like you're brushing it and it's getting kind of tangled and you look and you're like, well, I don't have split ends, that means it's about to split. Mm-hmm. So Olaplex will go in and it will rebuild broken hair bonds before they split. I know there was a big controversy on, I can't even remember which. Olaplex does theirs by numbers. I can't remember which number it was, but there was a controversy on a product that was linked to fertility problems, which I don't disagree with because the chemicals do. However, coincidentally, at the time, Olaplex was the only patented bond rebuilding thing in existence. Then came a new player to the board, which had its own patents of bond building technology. So the conspiracy theorist in me is like, well, did this other brand...
It's like with Berkey too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, did this other brand just start a smear campaign of Olaplex? I'm not saying it's chemicals. You never know.
As a culture... What we like to do is read the headline and say, Did you hear Olaplex causes a
I've had
problem?
So many clients say that. And I'm like, oh, well, and it was the number 6. And that was a product when I did the research on it, because I was like, well, if it's coming up and clients are asking, and these are clients who are not crunchy, I need to have an answer. It was a product, an ingredient in the number 6 that they got rid of back in like 2015. So all of the sudden, this other company shows up and then there's a smear campaign on this product that Olaplex removed years ago. I will say there is a warning on one of their products that says do not use on children under 3. So there's that. But again, a lot of Olaplex is an in-salon pro grade thing. Mm-hmm. It's going on at the bowl. It's touching only your scalp. Ideally, you have a towel wrapped around your neck. It's going on your hair. It's rinsing out the bowl. All the excess is being shampooed out. So there's a lot of things. That would be more of a pro grade chemical.
If someone's super concerned about it, couldn't they just say like, hey, don't put it on the scalp, just put it on the ends?
Mm-hmm. That's an option too. You can just do the chemical services. You really don't need it on your scalp. Everything I'd say in the first 6 inches of your hair is fine. It doesn't need the excess. Even if someone's getting a leave-in conditioner, I always tell them, like, if they're really oily or they're worried about it, I'm like, just shoulders down, because everything from the neck down, if you think of how long you can go, and if you're a person that produces a normal amount of grease, if you don't wash your hair for a month, the grease is going to eventually just kind of stop. It's not going to go till your whole hair is greasy. It kind of taps out about here where your neck's not like, your head's not smushing around the grease when you sleep. So everything from here down is just dehydrated old hair. So you really got to work on that. But if you're doing a treatment and you don't want it on your scalp, say just make sure I have a cape on, make sure I have a towel on. Please just keep it on the ends. So that's a way to
you know what you
go
should
about that.
do
But
is, well, first you were talking about that. It made me think of postpartum hair.
yeah.
Which I don't know. Did you notice it? Like I only had breakage because I always have my hair in a bun.
Yeah.
And it kind of broke at the bun point versus like,
Right.
so I didn't have much postpartum hair loss.
No.
Did you have any?
I did, but I was not as great on all my nutrient intake postpartum.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you start a business when your kid's 6 months old. So
Yeah.
don't do that. But
No regrets.
no regrets.
No. See, okay. I said that to Dave the other day and he was like, what is that from? It's from the letters that broke off, right?
I've seen it from a meme that went around that was somebody got a tattoo that said no regrets, but the tattoo artist spelled it wrong. So then they had no regrets forever in tattoo. So
Maybe
that's where I know it
I don't
from.
know.
But
I
on
love
the note of Olaplex, like I use ProGrade products. I keep the rest of me as clean as possible so I can have the toxic bucket level to house my hair products.
And we also use brands we trust for
Yes.
supplementation like BioArray with UTSP10. Like how we worked that in there.
To pull your toxins out so
Yeah.
you can have space in your bucket for your hair product.
Well, here's the thing. Like there's going to be toxins. Like we'll never live. It's a fallen world. We
Yeah.
will never have a toxin-free world.
Yeah.
Like our
Even
furniture
if
is omitting
you-
off-gassing right now. Like
Yeah.
you
Even if you live in the middle of the mountains, in the middle of nowhere, you're still getting jet fuel air from the jets flying over your head. So
It's not even jet fuel air. It is freaking chemtrails. Like people, it's not a conspiracy. You can go to a .gov website and they talk about how they are seeding the clouds so they can control the weather and so that they can give you that fancy radar that you look on your phone. Like the only reason they can see those clouds is because they seed the clouds.
I don't have enough research to talk about it.
I
So I
do.
trust you. I know. I trust your research.
Because like I want to know when people are like, oh yeah, you're like people are conspiracy theorists. I'm like, all right, I'll just look into it. Takes 20 seconds to go to a .gov website about chemtrails and they say, yeah, we've been doing it since like the 70s.
Yeah.
And guess what it's sprayed with? Carcinogens.
Yep. So you're breathing it in anyways.
Yeah. So
But
that's why we need to make
Use
sure our bodies
IRA
are.
to pull your toxins out.
They're not good. They're going to revoke
I
ours.
feel like give me that affiliate lean pack. You guys are embarrassing.
Yep.
No,
But I love it.
I
love it.
I'm really picky, and I've said it in a past episode before, but I'm picky on shampoo. I that's another thing for your scalp health. I go through shampoo twice as fast as conditioner. So usually I'll buy like a liter of shampoo for my house and just a regular conditioner, but I always shampoo twice. The first shampoo gets off products, oils build up. It doesn't actually clean the hair strand itself. It just takes the film off. The second shampoo goes in and like cleans the hair from the inside out, like a good deep wash. So you'll know by the lather. Even a shampoo that says low lather, I take that as a personal challenge to be like, watch me, I'll get a lather. But you know, I'm known for my scalp massages. So there we go. But
Did
shampoo
you just
twice.
salute?
I sure did. I'm really hungry.
Me too. I'm not
gonna.
Yeah.
So shampoo, but the healthy shampoo. So I have a lot of conditioners. The leave-in
Build
conditioner,
your own
I'm-
brand.
it's on the radar
Make
when I have
your own
time.
product.
But conditioners, I have a lot of conditioner that scans pretty well for whoever didn't sell out. We don't actually know, but to the best of my current researching ability, the conditioners scan better, and it's because they will put more carcinogens and harmful things in a shampoo because it washes off. A lot of companies keep the conditioner lower chemical because that's something that usually sits longer. So that's a weird thing that people are like, well, it's shampoo, it's running down the drain. Yeah, but it's still like running down your body. And
Yeah.
for me, I'm still shampooing. My hands are in it. My wrists, which are super sensitive skin absorbing points, my wrists are in it all day. So I try to keep it as low toxin as possible. But my shampoo scans bad. And then I will go to like various health food stores when I can find it, and I'll scan their shampoos. And they're also showing up the same ingredient in my shampoo. I have one shampoo that's completely fragrance-free, 100% fragrance-free. It's as clean as you can get, but it has this one preservative in it that scans as bad. So it shows up lower on the ratings of all the apps. Well, I went to the health food store, scanned all of their shampoo. They scanned better, but they still have that same ingredient. I was like, well, if there's the same ingredient, I'm going to use this pro grade that I know is good. All that to say, I finally found a shampoo that is not a soap bar, because if you use those, then that works for you. That's fine. But I have too much hair and too many chemical services done to my own hair that shampoo bars just won't work for me. It's a shampoo. Can't remember the name, and I'm still in the testing phase. It doesn't have that one preservative, and it scans really well across the board, and I get a good lather, and it smells minty. So I'll let you know.
Do you want to link it, or you want to like give it a couple more weeks?
I'm fine linking it because I've used it on me and Nova, and neither one of us are having any issues or scalp irritations. I just can't remember its name.
Okay.
And I can't remember.
Sorry about us.
But I'll do a story about it too.
Okay.
One of these days when I have the bottle in my hand. But so far, so good. The only thing I would say about that shampoo is if you are coloring your hair and covering grays, typically mint or tea tree will strip your color faster. So you may get a little less gray coverage, but.
She's saying that to me because she saw grays in my hair. When she
I
was
actually
doing my
didn't.
hair.
I wasn't paying that much. You said it. I was talking about your grays, but wasn't paying attention.
I'm just sensitive.
I have grays because I'm under a lot of stress and my minerals are in the trash right now.
Irene.
So I also don't permanently color my hair, so whatever. But yeah, that's all my things. Stimulate your scalp and hydrate.
So then let us know all your questions we'll do another episode about damaged hair, right?
Yeah, we can do
Is that what we said?
Yeah.
Damaged hair versus
how to repair
grow.
damage versus how to grow.
Yeah. Or any other questions you guys might have for Irene. I don't know why I keep looking like not in the right spot. My eyeballs are not doing it right. But anyways, if you have any questions for Irene, I'm sure you can send her a DM even on her personal Instagram about hair stuff.
I could talk hair all day.
Yeah. You could even do one of those like things where like you screenshot the message and be like, I got this question. Here's how I do it. Because she's a pro. I mean, she's done hair for a really big artist, and
sometimes I forget about that.
Yeah.
We've done some cool things. As I go through old hard drives, I'm like, oh, that was really cool. Look at us go.
I know. We were just too young to be
appreciative.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now we old. Have grays. I'm just kidding. All right. Thanks for being here. If you have any questions, send a message to Irene.
Yes.
I don't know when you'll see this, but hopefully we're back from our cruise. Oh,
then we'll have lots of stories to tell about the cruise, and they'll be still sick of hearing about our cruise.
Listen, we don't get out much. Okay.
We don't.
So this is a big deal for us.
Yeah.
Just humor us. Okay. We want to go on a cruise.
Also, if you're on YouTube and you're not subscribed and you're listening,
we're so close to being monetized. Have you seen it? Guys, listen, I know we have to.
Well,
I'm
I was
so
just saying
hungry.
this so we can beat the fellas, but also
I want to beat the fellas.
Do
for
it so
sure.
we can get monetized, so we can buy beef.
Seriously, I just ordered another cow. Hold on. So we have the eligibility. We have it in subscribers. I'll do a screenshot and then I'll post it so you guys can see what I'm saying. I'll put it in there. So, because we're just being transparent, like we're a newer-ish podcast. Like,
we don't get paid for this.
We don't get paid for this.
I mean, we would do it anyways, but
because we have fun, and we found like even if it's just these 691 subscribers who listen, like we're happy to do it. And we just Anyways, so eligibility. We have plenty of subscribers. We need over 500. We've uploaded 3 videos in the last 90 days, which we upload 4 times a month.
Mm-hmm.
And now we are so we need 3,000 watch hours in a year. And we're at 2,312.
Look at us.
Look at that. It has like a bar graph. So like we're pretty close.
That.
So
we have to beat the fellas.
We have to beat the fellas. Could you guys, okay, I'll make a short out of this.
Yeah.
Guys, please watch us on YouTube so that we can get monetized and we can buy food for our kids.
You don't even have to watch us. Just hit subscribe because whoever.
Well, no, it's watch hours we're missing.
Well, watch hours too, but I want to beat the fellas and subscribers.
Okay, well, I do too, but I also want to get
I'm in it to win it.
Irene, we are different people. I want both.
Yes.
I want to beat them, but I also want.
But I love competition.
So here's the thing. I listen to. So I listen to a podcast, Allie Stuckey. Allie does Stuckey. I don't know why. I watch it on YouTube because I, for some reason, think she's going to get paid more.
Probably. Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll watch it on YouTube because like that's my way I can.
Because you want to support someone.
Yeah, and usually, there was a YouTuber I followed for a long time who would say like, it really helps me. Like it's not really about like, I want all the subscribers. I want to be cool. Yeah. It's like it helps push the algorithm And like it pushes my videos to other people so that I can get paid and I can keep doing this and we can all keep kind of like having this, moments. Yeah. Anyways, we're so close. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna go eat food.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Okay, bye. Thanks for being with us today. Follow us on Instagram at @underthesun_podcast. We'd love to meet you.
Please help us out by subscribing on YouTube and leaving a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We'll see you next time. Please remember this information is made available to you for informational and educational purposes only. It is in no way a substitute for medical advice.